Check it. Alright, what is up? You are back for another video from Data Zero. Hope you are having a great day, APE and APEs. I hope you are enjoying the charts with AMC and the accurate predictions coming from this channel. If you want to support me for free, all you have to do is drop a like and leave a comment. I appreciate each and every one of you that do so. In this video, I have a jam-packed update full of information that you must know if you hold AMC, GME stock, or play in the stock market. We're going to be talking about where the stock market is going, where I think AMC is going, and GME is going as well, based off the charts, technicals, and facts, leaving emotion completely at the door. Let's go ahead and hop into the charts and see what we have going on. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC, GME, our favorite meme stocks. We're also going to be looking at SPY as well. We are going to be looking at my predictions and updates for where I think we are going in the next couple of days. Let's go ahead and hop into the charts and see what we have going on. Now, remember, this video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and technical analysis before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's show you guys what we have for today. So the first thing we have to point out is this double bottom for AMC. We got a beautiful double bottom for AMC that I called out in my videos on Thursday and Friday, letting you guys know that 450 would be the bottom. On Thursday, you guys can check for yourself. Receipts are in the video. I let you guys know that 450 would be the bottom. We came right down to 450, got a beautiful bounce off of that. Retested it again on Friday, getting a perfect double bottom. So we can see double bottom, or we can see bottom number one and then bottom number two, forming this ascending triangle, which I then called a bullish after hours into Friday, letting you guys know that it would travel up into after hours, and we did get that continuation into after hours starting the morning today. And I did pick up some shares for a trade, buying some shares so I can stack my MOAS bag, go ahead and take some profits and add to my MOAS position. That's exactly what I did, making a trade right here, buying the absolute bottom as soon as the bell opened, and it seemed upside ever since. I knew this double bottom would be playing out, so I went ahead and let everyone know on the Discord, on Twitter, on YouTube. I posted that we would be seeing a double bottom, that we also have good news and 0 shares available to borrow, and that today would be a bullish day for AMC, and that is exactly what we're seeing, a bullish day for AMC. I did call a green day for AMC and a green day for GME. We did see green on both of those. Let's go ahead and look at SPY, see what we got going on for SPY, see how we are moving and what we can expect next for the future for SPY. So I did pick a green day for SPY as well. You guys can check the receipts in my shorts feed in the morning. Every morning I do a pre-market prediction called a green day for SPY, called a green day for AMC, called a green day for GME, and got each of those predictions right. So you guys can see that the morning predictions and updates were absolutely on point today, as we did see that green day here on SPY. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for SPY, where I think it's going to be going and how I think it's going to move. So SPY throughout the day was moving to the downside, but formed a falling wedge. We can see that we formed this falling wedge, broke out of this falling wedge, and got a nice push to the upside. Now, I did tell you guys that this uptrend here was going to continue, and that's exactly what we've seen, a continuation of this uptrend. Where I think SPY is actually going to be headed next is to a slightly higher high at 460. Now, what this is going to do is form a head and shoulders pattern. So right here is your shoulders, right here is going to be your head, and right here is going to be your left shoulder or your right shoulder. So you have your left shoulder here, your head right here, and your right shoulder here. Now you might be saying, well, how can you predict this? How do you know that it's going to be a head and shoulders? Well, once you get really good at technical analysis, you guys will be able to do the same thing. I do teach this in my class. Go ahead and draw some trend lines and show you guys how to do this stuff. But as you guys can see, we took the technical analysis and gave you guys this price path, and this is my prediction for the next couple of days for SPY. Last time I made a price path prediction like this, it lasted for 3 weeks, landing on point all the way to the upside, coming to about this point, and that's when I had to erase it because it did go off track as we went a little bit higher. But as you guys can see, we now have another price path prediction, and this is what I think SPY will be doing for the next couple of days. Again, trending up to about 460, hitting its head on that, coming back down and forming it over all head and shoulders. Now, why do I think it's going to form a head and shoulders and start lose momentum and trading sideways in this range? Well, there is major resistance in this range. We also have this big bullish engulfing, which is a bullish or a big bearish engulfing. I do apologize, bearish engulfment, which is a bearish reversal signal, meaning we are nearing the top. You can also see that MACD is starting to lose momentum. As you guys can see here on the daily time frame, we have a red MACD flip, and you can see that this uptrend is not healthy. You can see that volume is overall trending to the down side. Also, you want to be noticing the fear and greed. You always want to do the exact opposite of the herd. 90% of the people are going to lose money in the market. That means the herd loses money. Do the opposite of the herd. When people are greedy, be fearful. When people are fearful, be greedy. That is a great way to do the opposite of herd. And as you guys can see, we have extreme greed in the markets right now. This is the time to be fearful. And then, as you guys can see, market psychology and cycles, we are in the complacency stage. If you go ahead and zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, you guys can see that we had this massive euphoria rally drop to the downside and this upwards consolidation chop, which is called the complacency stage. What is going to be happening next is capitulation, anger, and depression as we mark to the downside. Now, again, euphoria rally up to the upside, then you have that drop, then you have that upwards consolidation chop, which is complacency stage. What's going to be happening next? A big drop to the downside. And you can notice that there is a higher high and then a lower high. If you go ahead and look at the chart, what do we have forming right now? A higher high and then a lower high. Again, SPY playing out the market psychology chart exactly like you would expect it to see. I do expect a major pullback to the downside as we come back down to fill these gap fills. As you guys can see, we have multiple gap fills to the downside for SPY. So I do think that we're going to make this head and shoulders pattern overall start to top out in these ranges of 460, which I called 460 to top weeks ago or months ago for SPY, and that is on my Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's on Google, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on YouTube. All over there are the receipts for me calling 460 as a top, also in multiple videos. So I do think we're going to be seeing a top for SPY as we form a overall head and shoulders pattern. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY, and I do expect this price path to play out. We will be tracking it to see how accurate it is. Again, head and shoulders pattern forming here on SPY at the top. Let's go ahead and look at GME stock, showing you guys what's up with GME, what I expect for GME in the future, and where we are headed. So I did call for a green day on GME, and as you guys can see, we did get that green day on GME, looking extravagant for a reversal back to the upside. So we did have this drop to about 21.79, finding a bottom on GME. I did call that out as the bottom, 21.79, calling that out as the bottom, or this 21.50 level, calling that out as the bottom. I did not see that wick, that 21.50 level, calling it out as the bottom in my previous video that I just dropped in my previous video for my midday market update. And on my video on Friday, calling out 21.50 as the bottom. It looks like we are seeing the bottom there. Now, what we could see is one more retest of this yellow line. As you guys can see, we have retested it multiple times, but this has to be confirmed as support. We're waiting for GME to basically consolidate and make this move to the upside. Basically, I've been kind of brushing over GME because what is going on right now is basically a period of consolidation. It might be to the downside. It might look like it's a bleed out to the downside. But guys, what this is a bullish consolidation. GME has had a huge push up from $15. So we had this huge push up from $15. We had to consolidate above these ranges. If you go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame, it looks extremely bullish. First of all, we're using this as support, and we're about to be using this as support. This is a double falling wedge breakout. Not only do we have the falling wedge on this time frame, but we have the falling wedge on this time frame as well. Again, I think GME is setting up for a insane move as we can see the Bollinger Band starting to constrict, volatility starting to build. I do think GME is actually going to have a random pop to the upside coming here very soon. All we need to look at for GME is the break of that $30 level. Once GME breaks $30, it's going to be on and popping for GME. And of course, this falling wedge is setting GME up for that break. As you guys can see, we have this falling wedge here marked in yellow. The breakout target for that is actually 28.90, the top of this peak right here. And if GME gets up to those ranges, I do think it is going to be breaking to the upside, pushing past $30 and then coming to fill the $40 gap fill that has been up here for quite some time and playing out this macro double bottom. Right here is the top. Then you have bottom number 1, bottom number 2, playing out that macro double bottom the same way AMC had just played out a double bottom on the smaller time frames. So that's what I'm looking at for GME on the larger and smaller time frames. I do think we're going to see a random pop to the upside, and it's going to correlate with AMC's move. And I do think AMC, APE, and GME are going to all run together. If we go ahead and look at the APE charts real quick, I'll show you guys that APE is setting up for a move as well. Let's go ahead and show you guys what APE is doing and with this move. So you guys can see there is a cup and handle pattern right here. Here is your cup. Right here is your handle. Then your breakout point is going to be that $2.50 resistance mark. And it does look like we're about to move up to that $2.50 resistance mark as we form out of this pennant and start moving to this uptrend. I do think APE is actually setting up for this move. And also APE has a gap fill up here at $2.60. So there's a gap fill at $2.60, which I do think is going to be filled as APE moves to the upside. Right here is that gap right here at $2.50. I do think that gap is actually going to be filled as this cup and handle plays out and we see APE push past $2 and break to the upside. And again, I think APE is going to be running with AMC, GME. They're all going to be running together, and it looks like we had bullish days on all of them, and they are starting to all come to fruition. And again, I do think the market is going to be moving to the downside, and meme stocks are going to be moving to the upside. I've been long-time proponent saying that a market crash would actually correlate with the squeeze event. Now, let's go ahead and look at AMC, show you guys what's going on with AMC and why I think it's extremely bullish for more upside. So if you haven't seen, I put out a video telling you guys that we're in the squeeze cycle. We are literally in the midst of the squeeze cycle. I do think we're about to see a squeeze event based off of one of two catalysts, or maybe both of them. So either one of them being Judge Zern rejecting the settlement. Again, anyone pushing the reverse split, anyone saying the reverse split is good. I'm not talking about followers or anything like that. I'm talking about YouTubers pushing the reverse split. They're either ignorant or they are paid off. The reverse split is not good. I've explained why over and over again. I'm not going to go over that again, but the reverse split is not the catalyst for the MOAS. That is not the case, okay? Anyone saying that is just confused. But we do have catalysts coming up for the MOAS, which is going to be Judge Zern either denying the settlement. So I do believe Judge Zern is either going to deny the settlement, or we're going to see earnings be part of the catalyst that we do see a squeeze to the upside. So we do have earnings coming out as well. And then we also have Judge Zern possibly denying the settlement. Now, I've already predicted one settlement outcome. This is based off the facts of the case. I do think that Judge Zern is going to deny the outcome, and that is going to be my prediction for this second settlement proposal that they did put in. I do think it's actually going to be denied and not go through. And this is going to be a catalyst for the MOAS to the upside. Last time we seen that pop off, we've seen this major run to the upside. I do think we're going to see that once again. I also think earnings is going to help play a role in that, as we are seeing AMC do very, very well at the box office. So you can see that AMC is actually doing as well as it has in 103 years. So this news actually came out earlier this morning, helping for the upside that we did see today. So we do have possibly a great earnings coming up in the future, and I do think it's actually going to be a problem for the short sellers. Also, guys, if you are interested, here are the top U.S. companies by market cap, ranked by market cap, and we also have earnings coming out for these companies right here. So I'll go ahead and show you the companies having earnings as well and the dates for that earnings. Go ahead and pause if you would like to see that, but I thought I'd put this information in there for you guys real quick as well. But again, AMC getting great news about the upside, and this is why we did see that pushed upside, as well as the technicals, again, double bottom playing out that I warned everybody would play out. So I do think we're going to see more bullishness for AMC. Where do I think we're going to be going in the next couple of days? So I do think we're actually going to see more upside throughout the rest of the week as we start coming to the upside here and probably coming out to a $6 level. As crazy as that sounds, I do think we could be by $6 by Wednesday or Tuesday. So as early as tomorrow, I do think we're going to be up at the $6 range, and then possibly having to come back down, consolidating, getting one more push back up to about $6, $7 in that range, coming back down to consolidate one more time, and then possibly seeing that squeeze event around this time frame. Now, remember, the algo can be sped up or slowed down. So I know you guys can see these dates on the bottom of the screen, but you're gonna have to ignore those. Now, I do have a range, and again, I'm trying not to give dates. This is just a range of when we could see the squeeze event. I have a range between August 1st and September 1st that we are gonna see the squeeze event. So I'm looking for this month of August to be the time that we see the squeeze event. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, it can't be the squeeze event. This can't be the squeeze cycle. You have to be wrong. Look how well the fractal is playing out. And then in the video, I explained how the run up was the same, how everything was the same. A lot of people have these bars patterns. I see a lot of other YouTubers have these bars patterns, but they have them in the wrong place. They have them in the wrong cycle. And that's why they're constantly giving out false squeeze cycles, and they're constantly wrong. Also, they can't do TA, so they are not able to do predictions on the smaller time frame, so they're not able to give accurate predictions on a minute-by-minute basis like I can on this channel. It's very important to use a bars pattern plus technical analysis to make sure you get confluence and you make sure that you get the outcome that you are predicting. If you're just relying on a bars pattern and some basic TA, it's not going to work out for you too well. But I do think we're going to see upside for AMC, and we are looking good. So I am thinking that we're going to see this upside throughout the week. What I'm looking at for the rest of the I'm thinking we're going to see upside through the rest of the week. Now, indicators and technicals that I'm looking for that are showing that upside is this double bottom off that $4.50 level. Bollinger Band starting to constrict. We also have multiple bullish signals starting to be printed here on the indicational side of things. So let's go ahead and pop on the super trend and show you guys more indications that we are going to be seeing upside for AMC stock. As you guys can see here on the 4-hour time frame, we have a buy signal here. This buy signal has been in play this whole time, but let's go ahead and zoom in and show you some new buy signals that have just been printed here on the 2-hour time frame in the 1-hour time frame. So you can see we got the buy signal, then we got the sell signal. We have brand new buy signals here on the 1-hour time frame and the 2-hour time frame. These are extremely bullish signals for more upside, and the fact that it did not switch to a sell signal from the 4-hour time frame is again more indications that we're going to see upside as well. Then we also have the moving averages looking good as well, as we do have a bullish cross, a golden cross here on the 4-hour time frame. As you guys can see, the 50 EMA crossed above the 200 EMA. Again, more bullish indications that we're going to see upside. 450 was the bottom, and the bars pattern is going to continue to play out. And again, using technical analysis and the bars pattern together to make sure that you have confluence, because if you just use one or the other, you're going to give out false signals, you're going to give out lies, and you're going to be wrong time and time again. So guys, as you guys can see, this is pretty much everything I have for you. Predictions have been on point, so keep tuning in for more stock and crypto technical analysis. I do have a Discord you can join. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. I talk about my stocks, cryptos, trades, go live, and have a great community there. If you want to join like-minded people that want to make money, find financial freedom, and are finding out how to do it with great information, great trades, great stocks, and all of the latest news minute by minute posted by me and the community, go ahead and message me on Twitter and Instagram. It's $50 for a lifetime invite. $50 for a lifetime invite. Message me on Twitter and Instagram, link down below, and ask me about the Discord. All you have to do is send me $50 via PayPal or Cash App, and then you guys can get in the Discord and join the community, meet like-minded people like yourself, and start getting to this bag. And if you want to support me for free, all you have to do is simply drop a like, leave a comment. I appreciate each and every one of you that watched the end of this video to hear this message. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the end of the video. I appreciate each and every one of you that watched to the end. As always, all you have to do to support me for free is simply drop a like, leave a comment, or press subscribe. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you that do so. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money.